Good morning, or I guess not really good morning depending on when I upload this, but hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Elsa, and in today's video slash vlog, I'm going to be showing you how I achieve a summer slash spring makeup look. I posted a makeup look on my channel before. Sorry, I'm pretty sick right now. My voice is a little raspy, but I posted a makeup look on my channel before, and it was kind of just basic. Like, I don't even think I was talking through it. So in today's video, I'm going to be actually talking through to you the products and the things that I basically put on my face for the spring and summertime. So if you are interested, just keep on watching. I'm basically sitting at my vanity right now, which is in front of a huge window. So I guess it's good lighting. I don't know. I guess we'll see when I'm editing. But let's start with the makeup look. So I'm gonna move my brushes over to this side. Yeah, that works. And I'm basically just going to walk through everything that I do for the spring and summertime. So let's start with primer. Here we go. Okay, so just before I get started, I know that I look, well, for those of you who probably don't know my natural skin tone, this is actually very dark for me. I just got back from Florida, like, today's Wednesday. Yeah, I got back from Florida exactly 1 week ago, so I'm pretty tanned. And I'm like at the good phase of my tan, because usually when I'm on vacation, I'm like more of a reddy slash orange tan. And then once I leave and I get back home and I kind of like go back to my normal routine and I'm not exposed to as much sun, my tan starts to become more, I guess, like tan looking, not so much like burnt. So this is the good phase of my tan, and I'm really liking it, and I really don't want it to go away. Oh, and I didn't even tell you what I was putting on my face. So for primer, I am using the Hourglass, what are you called? The Primer Serum Base Serum. So that's what I'm using. I actually bought this by accident. I use the Hourglass Veil Primer, I think that's what it's called. And when I went to Sephora and I picked up a travel size of it because I was leaving for my trip, I accidentally picked up that one. So that's what I'm using. I've never used a serum before, but oh well, I now have it, so I shall use it. Okay. So basically for the past year and a half, I've been starting to not wear makeup like at all. And I know when people say they stopped wearing makeup, they mean like they wear makeup like once a week or like twice a week. But when I say it, like, no, I literally stopped wearing makeup altogether. Oh, my boyfriend's calling, 1 second. Hello? Yay. Amazing. Can I call you back? I'm filming a video. Okay, bye. Okay, I guess I'll just restart my story. So basically for the past year and a half, I basically stopped wearing makeup altogether. And I like actually mean it when I say I stopped wearing makeup. Like, I didn't wear anything, not any day of the week, unless I had like a super important event that I was going to, but that rarely ever happened. And I used to be the type of girl that wore makeup to class, and I just graduated college. But my first 2 years of college, I was wearing makeup to all my lectures, and I was really just that girl who was wearing her foundation, her bronzer, her mascara to class. And I was doing that for 2 years, and I don't know what got into me, but I kind of just got over it, and I stopped wearing makeup to class. That was like the first step that I did. And then slowly but surely within that year, I just stopped wearing makeup altogether. Like, not even to run out of the house and grab something. If I was going for breakfast with my friends, I wouldn't wear. If I was going somewhere for like a hangout or like a friend's house, I wouldn't wear. And like, those were usually the places that I would wear makeup. Like, especially if I was with people, I would always like put on makeup and try to look good. And then I just completely got over that phase. I don't know what got into me, and I completely stopped wearing makeup. So the reason why I buy tanned foundation is because if I am going to wear makeup, it's going to be for like an event. And usually when I'm going to an event, I'm going to have either a real tan or a spray tan. So I figured, why get a foundation in my natural shade if I never wear foundation and I only wear it basically when I have to, which is for an event or something. So that is why I get my foundation really dark. I guess that sounds stupid to most people, but for me it works. So yeah, that is why my foundation is super dark. Okay, that took way too long. Sorry, I'm new at this. So that was Giorgio Armani. I use a brush to like put that all over my face, and then I take my beauty sponge, which is soaking wet right now. Let me just like squeeze some out. And I just dab over that. The reason why I don't use a sponge directly onto my face is because I feel like it takes off the foundation. I don't know if that happens to anyone else, but I feel like the foundation literally comes off when I use the sponges directly on it, like to apply it. So that's why I use a brush and then the sponge just to like press it in, because the brush kind of leaves strokes sometimes. Wow, I am so dark. Okay, concealer. So here's my problem with concealer. I don't wear concealer because I don't like having white under eyes, but I also struggle with really bad dark circles, if you can see. Like, they're really bad. Me and my friend, we like both always talk about how we have like the worst under eye circles in the world, and one day we're gonna come up with a concealer to cover that because we're like the best candidates for dark under eyes. But anyways, this is the only concealer that I have right now is the Pro Longwear concealer from MAC, which is like the biggest TBT ever. I used to use this like all through high school. I really like the NARS, not the creamy one, but like the one that comes in a pot thing. I really like that one, but I just ran out and I don't buy makeup often because I don't wear it. So I kind of need to go to Sephora and pick up a bunch of stuff, but I'll use this one. It's really light and I hate light under eyes. Ugh. Am I gonna hate this? Whatever. I'm gonna dot under my eyes. And for this, I guess I'll use a sponge. It depends. Sometimes I use like that tapered type of brush, and sometimes I use a sponge, and it's so light under. I hate it. I guess once I put my face powders on, it'll look better. For all you girls that don't wear makeup every day, do you guys get excited when you have to put on makeup for whatever reason? Like if you're going somewhere, like you never wear makeup like ever, and then you finally have an excuse to, and it's like the most exciting thing ever? That's me right now. I haven't sat down at my vanity and put on makeup in I can't even tell you how long. But honestly, being a girl who used to wear makeup literally everywhere she went to a girl who stopped completely, I can honestly tell you that my skin has gotten so much better. I've gotten a lot more confident. I mean, I used to be kind of embarrassed to leave my house without makeup, especially because people that knew me were always like, Elsa, are you okay? Like, you look tired. You look sick. Is everything okay? Did you get good rest last night? And I'm always just like, yeah guys, I'm fine. I'm just not wearing makeup. Does anyone else feel me on that? But I do, it's funny because I never, like I said, I never wear makeup to class like for the past 2 years, and I was presenting one day, so I like came to class with a little bit of mascara on just to look a little bit presentable. And one of my good friends in that class came up to me and he was like, wow, Elsa, like you look so good today. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. Like all I did was put on a dab of mascara this morning, and it makes the biggest difference in the world. Because when people are not used to seeing you with makeup, when you put like the smallest amount on, you look like a completely different person. And I think that's really fun also. So yeah, okay. I have like a really big mirror in front of me, but I also have this little one that I got at Forever 21. So I'm just gonna take a look and see how that looks. Is it too light, guys? I can't really tell. I love how I'm supposed to be giving you a tutorial, yet I'm like so unsure about everything that I'm doing. But that's okay. We'll get better with time. So usually I would like to use cream products. Now, the only reason why I'm not going to use cream products right now is because I don't have any. I threw out my cream blush. I used to have the NARS one in Orgasm, like the cream version, and I threw that out because it leaked everywhere, and then my cream contour ran out as well. So that's not gonna happen today. So we're just gonna go straight into powder, which is like not a big deal because I actually do like powder. I'm not oily and I'm not dry. I'm kind of just normal, I guess. But when I do wear makeup and I don't set it, I will get oily here, like on my T-zone, which I feel like most people do. So let's do this first. I'm gonna take the Laura Mercier translucent powder. This has been repurchased like 5 million times because I need it for when I wear makeup to put on my chin and around my nose. Because like I said, I get oily there when I wear makeup. When I don't wear makeup, those spots like don't get oily at all. But when I wear makeup, they're very oily. So I put that powder, and I'm starting to realize after like literally 4 years that this powder kind of gives like a white blank look. Like it's not actually translucent. Like it kind of gives a white cast on the face. Does it not? I kind of think that it does. But that is why I use the Laura Mercier, what are you? Candle Glow Sheer Perfecting Powder. I kid you not when I say I've had this for 5 years. It is literally, it's either been 4 or 5. I want to say 5 though. It's been 5 years since I've had this powder, and it's still going strong. It's an everyday use product and I love it. And I bought it in the shade 3, which is like one of the darker shades. Like I remember the girl at Sephora says, yeah, I use it as a bronzer sometimes. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna use it as a face powder. And I use that to basically take away the white cast. And the good thing about both these Laura Mercier products is that even though you're like doubling on the powder onto your face, it doesn't look like it at all. Like literally at all. You can definitely tell that I'm wearing foundation. Well, I can tell that I'm wearing foundation just because I'm so used to a blank face. But I'm pretty sure, like if, as you can tell on camera and especially like in person, it doesn't, like the average person would be like, is she wearing makeup? Is she not wearing makeup? Like it's super, super natural. And that's basically my vibe. I'm not such a glam, like winged eyeliner contour kind of girl. I'm more simple and I try to look effortless. I don't know if I like accomplish that, but that's my goal. Okay. Wow, I really need to go to Sephora. I'm running out of all my products. Oh, and I also forgot a really important step. Before I started my makeup, I actually used the Ole Henriksen Truth Serum. This little orange one. I'm using the travel size, but my like full size is somewhere over there. But yeah, that's what I put on my face beforehand. Sorry, that was before the primer. Okay. Now for bronzer. I've used tons and tons of different bronzers like throughout my life. I think I've tried every single brand. The ones that I'm on to right now is the Becca, and it's pretty much empty. Bronzer is like the one makeup product that I actually go through like all of it within like a couple of months. So I always repurchase bronzer and I always try out different ones. And I think my next one is gonna be the Hourglass bronzer, just because I have the Hourglass blushes and I love them. And yeah, I kind of just want to try it. The only bronzer that I've ever actually repurchased was the Hoola bronzer, and that's because in high school I like didn't really know much about makeup and I saw all YouTubers use Hoola, so I would like always just buy that one. But then like as I got older and I started realizing that Sephora had so many other brands other than Benefit, I started to branch out with my bronzer collection, and now I basically tried every single one that Sephora carries. The one that I really like actually is by Tarte. It's called the Princess Park Avenue, I think. And that one's really good. I just like never repurchased it because I kind of stick to one makeup product and then use it up and then buy a new one. I am so not a cluttered makeup person. Like I have one of everything except for blushes. I need a lot of blushes because blush is my favorite product. But other than that, I like to have one of everything. One mascara, one bronzer, one foundation, and yeah, one eye palette, like one of everything. Okay, that was bronzer. Now for blush, which is literally my favorite part in the entire world, I have a couple that I could use. Let me just see in my drawer what other ones I have. Okay, so my favorites are the NARS Orgasm, which this one also broke, funny enough. NARS Orgasm, I've had that for so long. The Hourglass blush in Mood Exposure, so pretty, but I tend to use it more in the winter time. This is an oldie but a goodie. It's called Peaches by MAC. I made all my friends buy this when I first purchased this like 5 years ago. And then this one, which is so funny because I literally never use it, but I was trying to look for something that was kind of like really glowy and peachy, and I found this one in my collection, and it's the, what's this brand called again? I totally forgot the name of this brand, but you guys have definitely seen it before. The color is called Carolina, or Carolina, and I totally forgot the name of the brand, but I think I'm gonna use this one because it's so sparkly. Guys, my camera shuts off like after 10 minutes of using it, and I don't know why. Is it like a setting that I have to change? I'm not sure, but as I was saying, I'm using this blush, oh, by Milani. Milani, that's the brand. The brand Milani, it's from the drugstore. I bought this a while ago too. It was also like huge on YouTube. And I'm gonna use that because it's really sparkly and I think it's pretty. That is a lot of blush, but I was actually watching some girls on YouTube recently, like I think the other day, and they were saying how they kind of like to pat on as much blush as possible to almost look like they're burnt. Like, you know, when you've been out in the sun all day and it's not like a burn, but it's like definitely flushed red burnt cheeks. And they were saying that they like to achieve that look through makeup. And in my head, I was like, guys, I've been doing that for like literally 6 years. I love packing on the blush. I remember watching YouTube like as a kid and like makeup videos, and they would always say like, don't put on too much blush. You don't want to look like a clown. And I'd always be like, but I think it's so pretty. I really just think being flushed and like red, like having the rosiness in your cheeks, which I naturally have all the time. My face is always rosy. I think having that like through makeup is so beautiful. And it just goes to show how your biggest insecurities as a kid can so easily change once you grow up and like have a different perspective on life. I used to hate the fact that I had such a rosy face. I always looked flush. If I was hot out, my cheeks were always bright red. After the gym, after I ran, like after gym class in like 4th grade, I would always have the reddest face and like the flushest cheeks, and I would always be so embarrassed. And now it's one of my favorite things about me is that I'm so flushed and it's so healthy looking. And I definitely don't have it look like this because this is like glowy and fake because it's a blush, but it definitely reminds me of when I was a kid and I always had the rosiest cheeks. So I think it's pretty. And I'm happy that I'm over that phase of being embarrassed. Okay, so once that's on, I take like a really big brush like this. This was actually the first makeup brush I ever bought, guys, and I still have it. No idea what it's called, no idea what brand it's from. It's like I bought it at Shoppers Drug Mart, which is like our drugstore here in Canada. And I really like it, so that's what I use to like blend everything. It's like my everything brush. You know, do you guys have one of those? It like literally just does everything. Yeah, that is the blush that I'm using. Sorry, the brush that I'm using right now. Sorry, I'm touching my hair a lot in this video. I don't know how to film, guys. It's like really new to me, but hopefully I'm not doing such a bad job. Okay, now for highlighter. I have 3 options. I can use this Hourglass one, which I actually dropped, so it's broken, but I can still use it. Or this tiny little Becca one. Which, not gonna lie, I'm not the biggest Becca fan in highlights. Like, I love Becca products, but their highlighters are just, they're not like my favorite. Am I the only one? And then I have this liquid one by Becca as well, which I kind of like better than the cream ones. I'm sorry, better than the powder ones. But I think because my blush is so glowy, I'm going to use the Hourglass one because it's definitely one of the more subtle options. So I just take my little highlight brush, I go like this, and I just go like that over my face. And that is basically what I do with highlight. I actually am not the biggest highlight person. Like, I kind of get scared of it as I put on my nose and my cupid's bow. But I do get scared of highlight. Like, I was never really into it, to be honest. I remember when highlighter was the biggest phase ever, and everybody was doing it and purchasing like really crazy expensive highlighters that were like this big and super glowy. And I never got into it. I just kept buying my blushes. Highlighter always scared me. But definitely if I'm doing something on camera, whether it's a video or pictures, or I'm like going somewhere where it's okay to look really, really, really glowy, like the beach, I'll pack on the highlighter, but like on a regular day, I really, really don't. So like I said before, my camera shuts off after like 20 minutes of using it, and I don't know how to fix that. But that being said, I don't know where I left off, but I'm going to actually, before I do like my eye stuff, I'm going to take my Max Fix Plus and then my beauty sponge, spray it, and just dab around like the nose and cheek area, because I find that when anyone wears makeup, not just myself, that is where you see it the most, especially if it's not blended nicely or if you like packed on too much accidentally. It really shows over there. And then I just slowly pat upwards, like where my highlight is and my blush, and basically just smush it all together. And I use the Max Fix Plus because honestly, I don't know how to explain it, but I really do see a difference when you spray it onto your face as opposed to when you just use like a sponge with water. So that is why I use it, and it's also like one of the things that I repurchase all the time. Okay, for eyeshadow, usually I would literally never put on an inch of eyeshadow just because I'm not the most talented in makeup and I never really have the time to, and I'm lazy. But for the purpose of this video, I will show you one of my favorite eyeshadow colors. It's in this nude Tude eyeshadow palette, which I bought, I want to say like end of high school, because my favorite YouTuber would use it. Her name was Tenny, the YouTuber. I used to watch her like all the time. She was gorgeous. And she would always use this like one color called Seductive, which as you can see is the only color I basically touch in this palette. And she would put it all over her eye, nothing else really, and I would think it was just stunning. So ever since then, that's what I've been doing. So thank you so much, Tenny, for teaching me my one eye makeup look. I also have really big eyelids, and when I put eyeshadow on sometimes, I feel like it just doesn't complement my eye shape. So I definitely need to figure out like different techniques to really bring out the type of eyes that I have. But for now, I basically just do the simple all over the lid and then a little bit of a brown in the crease. But the good thing about this shadow, which is like not as basic as just putting bronzer on, is that it's really, really glowy and sparkly. And it's like a different type of brown. Like I would never use this color as a bronzer, but it's like the most beautiful bronze I've ever seen. And when I am tan, it's definitely the most complimentary on my skin tone, especially with my blue eyes. Even on brown eyes, to be honest, like that girl Tenny that I watch on YouTube, she had beautiful brown eyes, and when she would put this on, I was like, that's beautiful. So yeah, basically any skin type. I'm sorry, any eye color. Let me go back to my bronzer. Why is this not opening? Back to my bronzer, take my fluffy brush that I basically only dip into bronzer, tap some off, and put that like in my crease area. My crease is really high up because I have the largest eyelids ever. So I kind of just like place it over here because I don't like bringing eyeshadow on too high of my eye. Like I almost touches my eyebrows and I feel like it looks weird. So I just put it like right there. And I don't know if it makes a difference, but I feel more legit when I do it. Okay, we're just gonna skip on the eyeliner just because I'm a little scared to do it right now and it's not sharpened either way, so oh well. We're gonna go straight to mascara. I always use the L'Oreal Paris Voluminous Original in like the blackest black. I think it's really good. It lasts, it doesn't transfer, and I like it. So we're gonna put some of that on I have really light eyelashes because my natural hair color is like really light. I have light like body hair and light like hair on my head. All my hair is super light, so using a black mascara is sometimes really harsh on like my natural complexion, but if I'm not in the mood to use black, I'll sometimes use a brown, and that's really pretty too. But I don't have a brown on me, and I don't mind it looking harsh right now just because I am wearing a full face. So we'll just do black. Mascara makes such a difference, it's insane. And now that I'm looking at the viewfinder, I can see that my dark circles are really not covered. I should probably look into like a corrector to put under my concealer. That's definitely something that I should purchase next, because dark circles are really not cute. The mascara is coming out clumpy on this eye, but on the other eye it was perfect. Can you explain that to me? People who do my makeup, like professionals, they always compliment me on how long my eyelashes really are. And I never actually noticed that until they mentioned it. And now every time I do my mascara, I just see how long my eyelashes naturally are. I don't have a lot of them, but the ones that I do have are very long. So they look very, very, very long when I add mascara to them. I kind of do wish I had more hair, like on my head and like facial hair, like my eyebrows were thicker and like my eyelashes were more full, but it is what it is. This is what God gave me, so I will flaunt it. Okay, my eyelashes look pretty bad on this side, but we're just gonna move past that. I'm really not a perfectionist when it comes to makeup. Like if something doesn't look its best, I don't sit there trying to correct it. I don't take it off and redo it. It's just like, I really don't care. It is what it is. Beauty sponge one more time, a couple more dabs. And always in this nose area, I do this like 500 times. And I see all the highlighter on my face and it's kind of freaking me out, but that's okay. And I think the last thing I'm gonna do now is just lip gloss. I'm going to be using the Buxom lip gloss in White Russian. This is my third bottle. I have like other Buxom lip glosses in different shades, but this is the one that I repurchase all the time. And you know what? Maybe I'll put something under just because my lips are looking really pale. I don't know why. I'm going to put this chubby stick on from Revlon. I used to love this. And it's just like really pink. And then when I put the White Russian on, which is like really white nude, it kind of all balances out. And it also smells delicious. Ah, smells so good. And that is my, is it? Did I leave everything? I believe so. So that is my completed look. I'll bring the camera in closer so you can like actually see what's on my face. But this is my completed look. This is how the makeup turns out. The eyes are simple. The face is pretty simple. I guess I like to have the blush like stand out the most if anything. And the lips are glossy. My hair is really blonde and my skin is really tan, so it's definitely helping the like whole spring summer makeup look vibe. But this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. It was really fun to film, although my camera did shut off like 3 times throughout the video. I did have a really fun time filming it and I would love to do more. So if you guys did like this video, please leave a comment, like it, share it, show your friends, show your mom. Do whatever, because I really enjoy doing this kind of stuff and I would love to post more videos, probably more fashion related, just because that's basically more my like area, a lot more than makeup. But I do love makeup as well, and hopefully I'll be coming up with like a Zara haul or a try on haul of some sort in my next video. So thank you guys so much for watching. And if you watched this entire video, I really thank you so much. That means the world to me, and I hope to see you in my next one. So bye. Thanks for watching.